Thank you, Ian. So I've been talking for 60 seconds on mute. That was lots of fun. Welcome to Monday morning, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started. We have a very light agenda, so if there are other things you'd like to discuss with the TOC, please have them either added to the agenda document if you have the link, or if you're not sure where the link is, you can always drop an agenda item in the chat. Looks like I see 4 TOC members present. That should be enough for now. The only item I see on the agenda is related to Product Security Working Group membership. Request approval for Ericsson to join. I think normally we get individuals joining the working group, or have I misunderstood?
Usually it's a company and then the company elects members. At least that's how the requirements are worded.
Specifically just because of the confidential nature of it and whatnot.
Gotcha. Okay,
and
thank you for clarifying.
getting access to the reports obligates your company to also contribute, which is why it's tied to the company as well. You can join as an individual too, but it's usually tied back.
Well, I'm all for more people being obligated to contribute. That sounds great.
Yes. Yeah, I think Daniel would like to answer the second question before the first one. Is a referred form. I think we have like a checklist they have to check off. If you could just send us the checklist and their answers, maybe. I personally don't have any issue assuming that they meet the checklist, and suspect that's the same with others.
Okay, we weren't entirely sure. By we, I mean Jackie and I, so that's why I wanted to bring it up. Because I'm not sure on the checklist either, or where you want me to send their application.
Yeah, I would say TOC steering questions, but I'm not sure if the info on the checklist should be private. I don't know. Maybe it's not at all. But
if the info is meant to be private, you can always pass it along to one member of the TOC, and we have a private channel we can use to discuss it and share it with other TOC members in.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest. Yeah, the main one in general is the two. If I remember right on the list, is one are they on the Envoy list, which is an important prerequisite, and then are they going to contribute someone, which I believe the answer here was yes. So.
Oh, that brings up another question, because the PSWG requirements don't actually specify that they have to be on the Envoy list, only that they agree to the.
There was a big deal about this like a year or two ago that we explicitly changed the requirements. I would not be surprised at all if the requirements are spread out across many documents and wasn't correctly updated.
Okay, because yeah, I'm just going by what's on the community repo.
At least I think that's the case. I don't know. Keith or Jackie, maybe you recall if I'm wrong.
What was the decision, John? I mean, I guess
the decision in my memory was that we said that in order to be in the Istio PSWG, you also have to be in the Envoy early disclosure list. Because we are basically just a wrapper around that group. So we didn't want to expose all of their info to people that they didn't think were suitable for it, right?
Because we had a discussion in PSWG, and the understanding that why am I blanking on his name? Previously Justin. There we go. I knew it was Jay. Justin was under the impression they didn't have to be either.
That's also my memory as well. I think we talked to the Envoy people about this, and I would have to go and find the email thread. But I remember someone from Envoy saying that they essentially trust Istio, and like Istio is its own entry in the Envoy list, so that we don't have to also require people to be on the. We don't have to require organizations to be on the Envoy list. If they're on the Istio list, then that, in effect, and from a trust model, also puts them on the Envoy list.
Okay, maybe my memory is just mistaken then.
But it could also be my memory being mistaken. I'm really wishing that we had more scroll back in Slack right now, because I think that's where some of this happened. But I will check my my email to see. I can dig it up.
Yeah, because the only requirements I know about are the ones that are in this doc, and it basically just says you have to agree to the Envoy embargo, but not necessarily be a member. because that brings up another point that Ericsson is not a member of the Envoy early disclosure list. They're working on it.
Yeah,
but
it looks like that PR, like the thing that the Envoy text was added by me 1 year ago. So it seems I just remembered wrong, and seems like based on feedback from the Envoy security team is what they said. So yeah, I think I'm just wrong. Sorry.
I'd rather have clarification than going under assumptions or bad info. So I'll forward their application. Do you happen to know the checklist that's supposed to go with it?
I think it's in their application, isn't it?
Yeah, if I recall, Daniel, I think it was in their original email, I think, or at least in the email thread.
Okay, I just remember seeing the questions and answers. I don't remember seeing the checklist. So
Maybe that's it
I
then.
will. I'll
Okay.
forward it to one of the TOC members, and then we'll go from there. That's all I've got.
All right, that's the only agenda item. Oh, that's not true. Jackie added one. Thanks,
Yeah, I
Jackie.
added one. I don't think it's been accepted yet, but yeah, just looking for input on the wildcard service entry or wildcard hostname support for service entries. Tests are passing, so that's exciting. But yeah, would love some input on that. If it could get in for branch cut, great. That would be ideal. So any input's appreciated. Right now, it's scoped to HTTP traffic and TLS origination support. And feel free to ping me also if you have any questions offline. I'll clean up the number of commits too.
I mean, it'll squash down when it merges, so that's fine. I'm just looking through to see, has there been any particular controversy, or you're just looking for people to sign off on the code?
Yeah, sign off on the code. And I think there was some comment from a user to clarify the actual wildcard and what that means for support. So I think there's just documentation and clarification requests for this initial implementation. But yeah, no, mostly I think the contention was in the addition of the new resolution field. So I think the contention was in the API change, which is already through. So I think it's just more so the code input.
Okay.
Yep, that's it for me.
Sounds good. So we can come back to the agenda. Don't see anything on the agenda. It's probably worth checking in. I saw a series of pull requests around migration. Are we thinking we need like a design doc for those, or kind of where are we at with those?
One of them on East-West Gateway, the ambient East-West Gateway to Sidecar, Vikas sent over a design doc that I plan to take a look at. It was really this morning. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but I do plan to take a look at it. It explains things better, so I'm thankful for that. Where is it? Yeah, here you go. I can put it in the chat. Here, yeah. This is the stated goal is to help the Z tunnel be able to fail over to sidecar services as well as to ambient services in multi-cluster deployments. Yeah, I need to look deeper into it, but that's the latest update that I have.
Okay, fresh off the presses, I see. I'll say, as I've been going through the ambient suite, Integ suite, and updating it for multi-cluster. We actually have pretty good test coverage for sidecar interoperability with ambient. I wasn't aware of how good the test coverage was. The reason I know how good it is now is because all of those are having to be disabled for the multi-cluster Integ suite because we don't have compatibility there yet. So there's a good number of test cases that are currently being marked as skipped for multi-cluster specifically with regard to sidecar interop that it would be great to stop skipping once we have support for. It's also good to know that we have an existing test suite that will cover those cases. So we should be able to measure success in a sort of test-driven development kind of fashion. Well, that was good to check in on. Let's see. Trying to think
Branch
of what
cut
else.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Was that already
Thank you.
mentioned?
That's okay. This Wednesday. So time to get your features merged. And that's branch cut just for features. We still have bugs merging after, or bug fixes merging afterwards, as well as docs merging. We have another, what, 3 weeks on those approximately?
I think that's correct, but I'm not a release manager.
Yeah, I don't see Gustavo in the room. Can check with him later. I think we're aiming for a release just before KubeCon. Does that sound right?
I believe so.
Okay. That sounds good. I'm not seeing other things show up on the agenda. If you're going to KubeCon and you are a maintainer of the Istio projects, please sign up for booth duty. Actually, does anybody have the sign up sheet link?
I have not seen a sheet made, so
Oh,
I'm not
me
sure either
okay.
in this one.
I haven't seen a channel. We typically have a channel too. I have not seen a KubeCon North America.
I will
just
take
want
care of getting that stuff coordinated. That's not a problem. I'll get that done. Okay, so if you're going to be there, please consider signing up for booth duty. We will share out links at this Wednesday's meeting for where you can do so. It's important to keep the booth staffed. We have a full-time booth, which is a privilege among projects, and the privilege is contingent on keeping the booth staffed for all of the hours that we have slated, which I think is a total of 16 hours across the 3 days. It's an awesome opportunity to hear from users, to hear what's going well, to hear what's not, and to learn kind of where we can drive the project moving forward. So really encourage you to take advantage of that. And with that, I guess we can end early unless there's anything else. All right.
A lot that I think is like Friday or something, sometime soon.
What is?
The branch cut for the next release.
Oh, okay. I thought we heard it was Wednesday.
Sorry, I don't know the dates. I'm just saying. I didn't hear anyone mention it, so my bad. Sounds like everyone. We can leave. Thanks.
Sounds good. All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.